Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Yakan. Ah man, so we are continuing with this case of censorship. We just continue on attacking what is the internet as a whole, and this case is Florida. So yeah, they enacted laws that we need to put age verification laws, just like with the fucking UK. So they are going full over the top with that shit. It's stupid, man. Well, we have this. What are nutaku and lost heroes? Nutaku. Oh man, that name. It's been a long time since I heard that, but I know they have been existing for quite a while. So, so this one. So, what to know about the pron Science Florida and age verification is suing? Well, no, it's Florida's AG. Excuse me, age verification. I just biting my words here. So, Florida continues to go after adult websites that state attorney general says aren't complying with a new state law requiring aggressive age verification. This time it's adult games. So yeah, they saw what they are doing in the UK and say we want to do the same. And I know Florida is a Republican state, so I know they're even going to use the excuse of think of the children, which at this point we have said many times about Roblox. But they don't want to listen, so let's see. The state has filed complaints against LostyHeroes.com and nutaku.net. Cites that State Attorney General James Ottmeyer said in a September 15 release distribute pornographic video game content. Well, yes, and those are for adults. So what's the catch? Just because you heard the word video game, you want it to be destroyed. Oh man, it's so stupid. But continue on. Without any process to make sure users are 18 or over. He also named the adult video site spicebeats.com. Are you already an adult? Yes. That said, why do they need to put fucking a verification law? So you want the ID compliance? Well, honestly, I don't know what else to tell you. There is this rampant case of states in the US that are primarily Republican or have right wingers pushing this ID verification law that is going to be a Trojan horse because they are going to get access. So imagine this, because I keep mentioning it, that imagine that in this one, because these actions and they end up succeeding and they enslave their population in those states with this shit, and just out of spite, they vote for the left. So to the Ranger left just to have a standing ground against the right, despite that, yeah, at this point they should have not start. They should not go in with this mindset of snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. But well, since they can't help themselves, so they are continuing down this path. And what is going to happen? That's a good question. They vote for the left, but the left they always wanted to have tools like this because they always wanted to ban everyone that disagree with them, and we saw it during the Biden's administrations. Not only for the US, but the rest of the world that they were having the same type of conversations about certain topics. It's going to be a shit show. Is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, those are a Trojan horse. They are a guillotine, basically. Why would you want a guillotine for the average citizen? So continue on. Nutaku Spice Beats are owned by iCloud, the parent company behind Pornhub, the world's most popular adult website. Pornhub blocked the entire state of Florida in January when a new law mandating age verification systems with threats of hefty fines went into effect. And yeah, this is the correct mindset. And to surprise of absolute no one, they started using VPNs. So you can bet Florida wants to go after VPNs too. Yeah, they're going full retarded there. And remember, Florida got recently overturned a law that banned all types of books. So basically, they targeted manga and content and any anime content also, because they were putting that loosely definition of fictional content that had depictions of childs or looks like a child, and which the word looks like a child is obviously so stupid out of context. They in real life you can clearly see what is a child, but you can also have cases of adults that yeah they look too young. But well, here's the thing: they don't want to have that conversation. It's all about power and control and censorship. But let's see. So Florida is committed to being the best place to raise children. Once again, using children as meat shield. But you're not saying anything about Roblox, right? You're not actually suing Roblox after protecting pedophiles. The hypocrisy of these morons can be easily. uh, um, we passed strong legislation to keep kids from being exposed to harmful and toxic material. What about Roblox? What about having PDF files roaming that site and that Roblox is protecting them? Oh man, yeah, we can counter argument a lot of their talking points, their quote unquote arguments, but yeah, they don't want that. They are still they want to use emotional manipulation. Oh, think of your children. You don't want to protect your children. With this one, by law, we can protect them easier. Nah, it has never worked like this and never will. The best way to protect your children is proper education, proper parenting, and of course, giving them common sense, which is something that is being almost a lost technique nowadays. But continue on. And instead of following it, these platforms ignored it. Often Mayor said, we are taking them to court to make sure they cannot continue bypassing Florida's common sense safeguards. Labeling censorship as common sense is just it's too wild to me. It's too fucking wild to me because yeah, I remember Argentinians during the left wing communist regime. They showed that they were using the same words like oh well, well they were using misogyny, but hey, this is common sense that we need to protect women. It's common sense that we need to protect them. It's for their safety. And yeah, banning Dragon Ball Z. While also labeling that the only thing they wanted is to just have a some attack on men because they hate men so much. You know, the feminists, that's how they are, but hey, just showing an example with the same shitty talking points that have occurred in another place because they are using the same fucking lame ass excuses. I have seen this shit happening, man. I have seen shit in it. You can search for yourself and see the exact same samples, even if they are left wing or right wing, because it's the same fucking pattern recognition. Oh man. So yeah, what is Florida's age verification law for adult sites? In 2024, the Florida legislature passed HB 3, which restricted children from social media and required any commercial site with adult content to use an age verification system or face fines up to 50,000 per violation, plus attorney fees, court costs, and the potential for civil liability. So, I agree that children should not be on social media, but why don't you, instead of that, they get caught children using social media, go after the parents individually and problem fucking solved. Yeah, problem fucking solved. All right, you don't want that. They don't want that. It's because in the long term, the moment they enact these censorship laws, they can control the population fear mongering that, oh, if you have brown thinking, because yeah, this is also brown thinking laws that the communists used in the past. Yeah, they can, this in place can actually be abused. But man, it's just madness. What they want to push, and yeah, we are seeing it. We saw it within the UK. We have seen it happening in the European Union. We are seeing it happen in Brazil and many other countries using these words of protection. At this point, the morons that want to comply with that shit, they can do it, but they are not going. I don't want them to force everyone else that are obviously against them for very fucking logical reasons to comply with that shit. If you wanna be a mouth breather, say, "Oh, I'm going to comply with this because I'm going to protect children and this." Be the fucking retard and yeah, give the face to the government along. Well, the government already has your face, but giving them to the internet. Let's see how that works out because yeah, we have seen how those third-party age verification systems have been breached and they have people dogs and also have their identity stolen. But hey, come on, Jared is going to make you hate you more. Hell, I'm not going to say that it's going to make Florida a left-wing state in the future, but they're setting the ground because the things that are affecting is adults that they know all of these verifications are fucking bullshit, and the younger generation. Yeah, you want to repeat history again, man? That's how you do it, but let's continue on. Some adult sites, including Pornhub, immediately blocked users from the entire set rather than comply with the sentence that a spokesperson from Pornhub parent company. Elo called it ineffective, haphazard, and dangerous. Elo recommended device age verification instead. Device age verification. So the third party, yeah, you even us from experience, what you are demanding is not going to end well. So imagine the prompt sites have better common sense, man. It's astonishing to me. The Free Speech Coalition challenged the law in December, saying it violated the First Amendment because it is. Just like we have seen with that law that banned manga in Florida. We covered that one, yeah. But the problem is they challenging it and listen to you in every single place in the world. Doesn't matter if it's the US. When they try to challenge a law, you know how the government wants to be so absolutely fucking slow into this and trying to say, yeah, they lose the fight by just booting in all of these protests into bureaucracy. And yeah, I have seen that shit working before, and yeah, it's a shitty tactic. That's why this shit needs to be fighted before it gets past legislation. And I know people in the US are fighting for that. Because if they approve it, and of course the First Amendment overturns it, it's going to take quite a lot of time. And by that time passes by, they're going to cause a lot of collateral damage. Just like they're trying to do that with these sites. Because it's how it works. That's how they play this laugher, man. I have seen the similarities. I'm just like, yeah, this nonsense. We know what they're doing. They are only fooling themselves. And and let's see, because also like is mentioned here, like said the U.S. Constitution's Commerce Clause and federal law, but plaintiffs dropped the case in July after the U.S. Supreme Court upheld a similar law in Texas the month before. Because if all of those states starts doing this shit, and it's going to be more difficult. But yeah, it's a Trojan horse. All of this shit with this age verification, all of this censorship. Yeah, it's Shimonera. It's fucking Shimonera. So yeah, this shit needs to be fight back. But let's see how they're willing to do so, how it is going to develop. So that's it. Thanks for watching and please take care.